and I just wanted to say we've heard about the attacks in Ukraine last night. We think about you, hope that everyone is safe, and we really hope that this program can also help you recover and build a stronger Ukraine going forward. Brilliant. So just to kind of set the scene, I'm Louise and I lead the Boost program. I've been in this position since 2022. We've done a number of programs together with Poland and also other countries. And we're very, very excited to launch this program this fall. Today, I will do a quick introduction to Boost in general and this program specifically. And at the end, you will also have the opportunity to ask questions, raise any concerns, any ideas that you have. This is really an opportunity for us to learn from you and to make sure that you have the information you need to put together a strong application for the program. Before then, however, I am really, really excited to present Joanna Lalak from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Poland. She's a strong partner to Boost and to UNDP, making this all possible. Poland obviously has a very, very relevant and important role to play regarding business ecosystem development in the region as a whole. And is an entry point for many organizations and businesses in Moldova and Ukraine hoping to enter the European market. So we're very happy about this partnership. So without further ado, I want to give the floor to Joanna to provide some opening remarks before we go into the details. Over to you, Joanna.
Thank you very much, Louise, and thank you very much for the kind words. It's always a pleasure to cooperate with UNDP, and I extend my warm welcome to all colleagues online at this information session. Here in Warsaw, we are very pleased to continue with the partnership with UNDP. We have been in cooperation from since a couple of years, and we see how added value this work has when it comes to investing in business support and how much local innovation is benefiting from UNDP knowledge and engagement. So with this new acceleration, we want to further strengthen business in Ukraine and in Moldova. Those two countries especially are our priorities when it comes to political development, humanitarian engagement, and we want to see those two countries soon being also a member of our European family. So with all political support, we also want to foster cooperation, share knowledge, build innovation, and also long-lasting solutions for local communities and economies. So that's our UNDP Boost program that we are offering for business to be involved. So I hope that you colleagues will take most of this opportunity that we provide you with today, and you ask questions to UNDP colleagues, so you can be contributing from the objectives of the program and benefits for your business. And once again, let me thank UNDP colleagues here today with us, but also with different regional offices for your continued cooperation with Poland. We hope that we will receive a very strong pool of applications, and we wish all the prospective applicants every success in this upcoming calls that Louise and colleagues will elaborate further on. So I wish you a very successful, productive session, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Joanna. Thank you so much for those opening remarks. Know that The ministry will stay here during the session, and if there are specific questions, I'm sure that they will be happy to answer as well. But you're not here only to learn about us. You're probably very much interested in this specific program. So I'm now going to take the opportunity to do a quick presentation before we move into the Q&A session. So what is Boost, you might ask yourself? Well, we are an impact acceleration program. We operate at a regional level, focusing on European and Central Asian countries. Like I mentioned in the beginning, we've been around since the 2020. And what we do is that we design very specific training programs. We offer mentorship, spotlight, and also funding to scale high impact solutions. What we've learned through this process is really we've learned how to support businesses, but we also learned what it means to be a business support organization, trying to understand the needs of local innovators, trying to provide the support that they need, and really amplify the impact that they can have. And this is also what we hope to share with you through this program. Just quickly how we normally work. We always start with the problem. A development challenge. It could be anything from the green transformation to digitalization or gender equality. And then we design our programs to solve that specific problem. We have an open call, which is what you are participating in right now. We do a bit of a needs assessment to understand exactly what our participants need. We change our curricula and our support to make sure that it's relevant and needed. And then we run the incubation or acceleration program. At the end, there's normally a showcase event, a bit of awards. It could be financial award, it could be something else. And then all our participants join our alumni network. Currently, we have about 300 organizations in this network. And the idea is to continue to support you even after the completion of our training programs. Just very quickly, like I mentioned, we've run a few programs, 13 actually. We have these 300 organizations in our network. We've provided more than $1 million in innovation prizes, and we have 87 organizations that have benefited from that financial support. And who are we? Well, this is just a very small part of our team. We work very closely with our colleagues in Ukraine and Moldova locally, but at the regional level and those that will be very much involved in this specific program, you have me, Louise. I'm the accelerator lead and I oversee the whole program. We have Svetla, she is our communications lead, and together with our graphic designer has been part of putting all of these amazing visuals together. We have Daniela, who is working from the Moldova country office, and we have Svetlana from Ukraine, who is the project associate. If you have questions, we will be the team answering any of them and also supporting you through the program should you be selected. So, this specific program, we've come to the most important part. We really want to back the builders behind the builders. Like I said, we've seen a lot of what it takes to actually provide local support that is needed and long term. And we think that we've learned a lot to help you do it even better. What we see right now, there's an uneven access to business support, not just in a country, or across countries, but also within a country. We see urban environments perhaps not having the same ecosystems or support available. We also see that certain groups are not benefiting equally as others. We also see that there's a mismatch between what's offered and what's needed. And this very much relates to the need for more green and sustainable solutions. And of course, in the case of Ukraine, there's a tremendous change now in what businesses need and what the country would need to really recover after the full-scale war ends. We also see sustainability challenges. Just like you, we are also dependent on donors to provide and present our programs. And we think that this is a challenge because without long-term financial sustainability, it's hard to be there for the innovators and the businesses over time. So we want to work with you on putting together, a strategy and help you develop longer term sustainability for your operations. And the last part, which I think is crucial and where we as UNDP really can contribute together with Poland, is that there's limited collaboration. Everyone is working in silo. We have tremendous expertise within your organizations and the way that you work with innovators, but we don't share it enough. And there's so much to benefit from actually co-learning, maybe doing joint activities within the country, but also across countries and including with EU. So this is why UNDP Boost now is shifting our focus from direct support to businesses to actually backing the backers of the local businesses. So what we want to do, I already mentioned it a little bit. We really want to help you strengthen your capabilities, make sure that the support you provide is based on real needs and that it's serving groups that are not always targeted. I'm thinking about women, youth, internally displaced people, veterans, maybe also people in rural areas who don't have access. And we really want to put emphasis on your sustainability. And we hope that through partnership and cross collaboration, we can really help you scale the really good work that you're already doing. So a little bit about the program. In terms of scope, we are looking to onboard at least 10 business support organizations. Could be more, but at least 10 from Ukraine and Moldova. The business support organizations we work with will need to have a strong focus on green transformation, resilience, and recovery. That doesn't necessarily mean that you have this experience from the past, but it's something you're interested in and willing to work with together with us. As I already mentioned many times, it's important that the support that you want to strengthen and develop together with us is targeting the most underserved groups in society and communities. And at the end of the acceleration journey, a minimum of 5 of you will receive a grant of $50,000 to implement a local program. And yeah, the implementation strategy just really quickly is the acceleration, the capacity building, the funds, the grants that you will receive to implement your local programs, and obviously the networking, the partnerships across Ukraine and Moldova, but also with a very strong focus on the ecosystem in Poland. So, timeline. You might have seen this on the website already. We have launched a call and it will stay open until the 31st of July. After that, we will start evaluating and I will present the selection criteria shortly. We hope to announce the participant at some point in September to give you enough time to plan, assess whether you want to participate or not. And then we will announce the participants at some point mid-September. The program itself will start in October and run until the end of the year. And as a milestone, we are organizing what we call a Boost Camp in Warsaw. This will take place most likely the third week of October. And you will have the opportunity to go to Warsaw, meet one another, meet with the ecosystem players, investors, other businesses, other business support organizations currently operating in the Warsaw business ecosystem. And by the end of the year, you will submit a full proposal for the grant. And from 2027, you will receive the funding. 5 of you will receive the funding to implement your local programs. Just quickly about the support, the capacity building program that we are offering. Currently, we are looking at 4 modules, meaning modules where we provide training. The first one is focused on mission-oriented innovation. It's really about helping you assess needs, who you could partner with to achieve that specific goal in your own ecosystem. It could be about green transformation, it could be about inclusive development, but really for you to sit down, build these partnerships, and make sure that your program is evidence-based and also serving a greater mission. The second one is about impact. So, how do you actually assess whether it's working? How do you communicate to your partners, to the world, to anyone in your ecosystem that your support is impactful? And the third one, I've already mentioned this, is about business model innovation. Developing proper financing and funding strategies, partnerships to scale the work that you're doing and make sure that it's longer term. And the fourth one, which is very exciting, is about innovative tools and approaches. In our team, we've been exploring with blockchain, AI for a very long time, and we're constantly testing and playing with different tools. We want to do this together with you, share what we have built, but also encourage and support you in building tools that might benefit your own programming. And we have something that we call boosters. So I already mentioned the Boost Camp, but we will also provide mentorship from UNDP and also from experts from the Polish ecosystem. There's going to be a lot of focus on peer-to-peer learning, and after program, you will join the alumni network. And let's see. So the selection process, it's an open call now, public for anyone to submit an application. It's quite short. It's designed like a concept note. So I just encourage you to really look at the questions. What are we asking for? And fill out that information. Once we have closed the call, we will evaluate. And it's not until December after the acceleration program that the second step of the selection process starts. That's when we ask for full proposals for those that have gone through the program. And more information, of course, about how those proposals would look like will come, but it's the same criteria and it's more of a, let's say, deep dive going from the concept note that you're submitting now to a full proposal of what you would use the grant for from 2027 and onwards. And so eligibility, we have some minimum criteria for you to apply. First of all, you need to be a non-governmental or a civil society organization. And we are very strict on this criteria. If you have any questions or are unsure if you are eligible, please send us an email. You will see the email at the end. But this is a requirement for us to be able to distribute a grant to you. So really pay attention to this. You need to be registered in Ukraine or Moldova. And we also require a bit of co-financing. At this stage, we don't need to know exactly how much, but it's something that you need to confirm that you are prepared and ready to provide 10% in co-financing. And the selection criteria. So here we are looking at 5 criteria. We have relevance. So are you actually proposing something that's needed in your ecosystem and that's related to green transformation, economic resilience, and recovery? It's really important for us to know that you're not doing what everyone is doing, or you're proposing something that you've been doing forever, but actually needs have changed. So we need to see a bit of analysis of why this specific program. We also want to understand how it's contributing to your mission, that there's a clear impact that your program will have, specifically around certain groups, for example, benefiting. We need to see that there's a bit of feasibility. Is it realistic what you're proposing? Do you have the capacity to do this alone or in partnership with others? And of course, even if we're going to work on sustainability, we need to see that there's someone who can actually implement whatever we develop as part of this program. Is there opportunity to scale? And what would that look like? And then, as I mentioned, the co-financing, but this would be part of the full proposal assessment. Okay, that was a lot. I'm sure you have questions. I'm now gonna be quiet. If you have questions, you can raise your hand or you can write in the chat. Either way, we will try to respond. And I think one thing that's important to highlight is this program, the working language is English, so no interpretation or translation will be provided. So that means that the teams that apply would need to have at least one English speaker who can attend and engage in all the activities that we provide. I'm going to stop here and open up for questions. Let's see. Okay, I see that Anna is raising her hand. Maybe we'll start with you.
Yeah, thank you. I'm sorry, I have problem with camera, so I cannot switch it on. But I have couple question. First question, at the end you mentioned that applying to the accelerator now for the first stage we need to submit concept note. Does it mean that we are submitting some proposal which we would like to work on during the acceleration, some concrete ideas, some project which we think is important around the topics? This is my first question. And my second question, how many team members can participate? Because we work a lot with social enterprises, and there are trainers, experts, mentors who are interesting to raise their capacity to work further with small and medium-sized businesses. So how many team members can be inside the team?
Thank you for these questions. So regarding the submission that you will do right now, I mentioned it's a concept note, but the fact is that the form or the survey that you will fill in already has very specific questions related to the selection criteria that I mentioned. You need to submit an analysis of what type of program you're offering. Why? What are the local needs? Who will be the target audience for your program? How do you intend to scale or sustain this? So there are very specific questions that will guide, but the idea is for you to come with an idea into the program of a support program that you can offer to your local ecosystem. And it could be built on something that you're already doing. It could be a new direction, but it's very important for us that it has a strong linkage with green transformation, resilience, and recovery. And of course, that it's inclusive and offers support, not just in, let's say, in the capital cities for those that already access support. We really want to target those that are unserved right now, and those that really want to build businesses around green transformation and any type of activities that can contribute to recovery and resilience building. Regarding this other question of number of participants, it's a good question. Since majority of the program will be implemented online, there are no limitations. I would encourage you that if you are accepted, you bring the person that would benefit and be the most relevant for a specific module or session. You can also have multiple people joining if it's feasible and you think it would bring value. For the boot camp or the boost camp, as we call it, it's a different story. Then we would ask one person to be representing each organization. I know, for example, in the case of Ukraine, it could be challenging for some men to travel outside of Ukraine. Unfortunately, this is out of our control as UNDP. So in that case, for example, you may have to send a woman or someone else in your team that can travel to Warsaw. In the case of Moldovan organizations, I mean, anyone from your team that you think would benefit the most or be the most relevant person should go to Warsaw. Of course, if you're shortlisted for this, we can also have a conversation and see what would make more sense. Great. I'm gonna go to the questions in the chat. Oh, Tatiana had the same question about how many members can participate. Okay, I'm just gonna read this so that everyone is on the same page. Tara is asking, application form question 17 is stated like below. Where would you propose program be implemented? There seemed to be an issue then. There must have been either you clicked the wrong country or we have set up the survey in the wrong way. Let me double check. What happens when you click on the country is that you should get a list with the regions in your specific country. So let me double check this afterwards. We have received applications already, so it could be that you just clicked on the wrong country, but we will double check. Good. In terms of the co-financing, we don't actually, this is going to sound rough, we don't care where the funding is coming from. We want to make sure that there is commitment from you. If you already have an ongoing program that you can leverage to co-implement something together with us, if you have an investor, if you have any type of resources. And just to be on the safe side, we're not asking cash. It could be in-kind support, your time, your facilities, anything that that you can offer as a contribution to the program. I hope that's clear. Now I'm going to go to Halina. Over to you to ask your question.
Does participants should be from non-profit organizations only, or it could be like a business which solves some important problems in society now?
So for this specific program, we're only looking for civil society organizations and non-profits. And this is not because we don't think that the private organizations have an important role to play. But for this specific one, it's an eligibility criteria that you're a civil society organization or a non-governmental organization. And as I mentioned in the beginning, if you're a research institute and you're a little bit uncertain about your legal status, please reach out to us and we can guide you. But you cannot be a government entity and you cannot be a for-profit private entity for this specific call.
Okay, thank you.
Let's see if I can pronounce it. Margarita.
Yeah, it's Margareta. Hi.
Oh, Margareta, sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry.
just first want to back up the question of Taras in the chat.
Yeah.
If you pick Ukraine, there's a list for Moldova in the next, like on the next page. So it's a problem with the form, not with the response.
Good. We will check this.
Like I've already applied and we work on the national scale, so it wasn't a problem for me, but for people who operate in like some specific region of Ukraine, yes, there's something with the form if you pick Ukraine as a country.
Very good. Thank you for raising that. We will immediately change.
First.
Thank you.
And my question is, do you have a preference about the experience of the organization? So of course we need to be like capable to implement this, but is there a thing like being over-experienced for this call or under-experienced for this call?
I wouldn't say that it's about under or over experience, because we also try to promote services that are perhaps not what you always do. I mean, we've been in this field for a long time. Even for us, green transformation, how do you actually support it? It's always a challenge. You always learn something new. So no, everyone is eligible. I think it's more about why you're doing it, how you're doing it, and of course, if it's just doing what you've always done, we would probably not pick you, because what are we going to offer you? Then I think there are other programs for just for funds. This is really an accelerator where we want to work with you. And just to stress, it's not a program where we be taking you on a learning journey with kind of, this is how to develop a business model. This is much more collaborative. It's about inspirational. It's about exploring together, bringing in the experts that would benefit you. We don't have a standardized curriculum. It will be very much based on who participates, your needs, and a strong focus on peer-to-peer learning. Perhaps Margareta's team is very good at something. Rather than us designing a module, we will engage Margareta and her team to show to others how she's doing it and why it's working, or what, the challenges are. So that's our approach.
Thank you very much.
So thank you. I don't know where I should start. Can chambers of commerce and industry apply? As long as you're a civil society organization or a non-governmental organization, you can apply. Can you give an successful project? As I mentioned in the beginning, this is the first time we're doing this specific program. So no, I cannot give you an example. However, what I can say is a successful example of a project that would engage or an organization that would engage in this specific program would be someone who've identified a gap in their current ecosystem. It could be in terms of who is accessing support or what support is provided at what stage. A successful project would be someone who is very much interested in collaboration, engaging with different actors, not just working in silo on a donor-funded project. It's really about building relationships, building partnerships and strategies to test this with us, but then to scale. So this is the type of things we would like to see in the application form. Irena.
Yes, thank you so much, dear Lisa, for such a program. My question is, we are such an educational hub, educational NGO, and we have a lot of directions. So we work with educators, we work with veterans, we work with hromadas, with young entrepreneurs, even in prisons with teenagers, for example. So different directions. But the focus of this program is supporting businesses, small and medium. How important is our experience exactly in this direction? Because, like in general, we are one of the most influenceable NGO in education in Ukraine. But again, we don't work only with businesses, and our experience is very large and not so big, maybe in business. So, how important is exactly that direction?
I would say, and I mean, I haven't seen your application, but you will bring the experience and the skill sets that you have to support local innovators. If you have experience in training or a specific sector that could benefit innovators, including businesses, you are very much, an interesting candidate for this program. And it's not that only those that have done this and are successful are our target audience. We really want to work with those that don't have the big grants, that are not, receiving support and already maybe connected with larger ecosystems. If you have something, you're addressing a specific need in your ecosystem and you can offer something unique and needed, we are very happy to look at your application.
Thank you so much.
Abu Bakr, and I'm sorry about the pronunciation.
Hello, my name is Abubakar Kabirov. I'm from Tajikistan. I have one question for you. First question for me is only for Ukrainian or Moldovan program, or can other organization make up for innovation, for example, innovation ecosystem accelerate? Other organization for Ukrainian.
This program is only for organizations that are registered in Moldova and Ukraine and providing services in these two countries.
Other organization can make up or any innovation for Ukrainian.
So you need to be registered in Ukraine or Moldova.
Sure.
Yes. Thank you. Darina?
Yes, but my question considers this switch up.
I'm really sorry, Darina. You're breaking up. You're breaking up. Can I ask you to ask your question in the chat instead?
Okay.
Thank you. Yes. I would just say we will definitely check the survey. We had checked it multiple times, but sometimes, the human error. If you, for any reason, feel that you believe that you couldn't fill it out properly, either write us an email or go in and apply again. It never hurts to have multiple applications in the system. We will obviously see that, okay, you submitted again. We will look at the later one. But we will immediately address this just to make sure that there are no issues. Darina, do you want to try again?
Yeah. Can
Sorry,
you hear
it's not
me
working.
now?
You're gonna have to write in the chat. I'm very sorry. You sound a little bit like a robot. Perfect. As we wait for Darina's question in the chat, I hope I haven't missed any questions here. Wanted to see if any of my answers sound reasonable or if you need additional clarification. Maria, please go ahead.
Hello, everybody. My name is Maria Lipatova. I'm representing Kyiv School of Economics, and I just would like to ask you about the application procedure and exactly from which entity we can apply for this program. University itself has NGO itself, but under this NGO we have exactly like the program for education of entrepreneurship. So we need to apply as NGO exactly to be eligible for this application, or we can apply as the separate project.
The reason for this eligibility criteria is for the fact that we cannot provide grants to any type of organization. Only certain types of organizations are meet the requirement from a UNDP grant point of view. You can apply through this NGO, but specify in your application that a specific project or entity under this NGO will be leading the implementation. But the application needs to be submitted from this NGO if that is let's say, the recipient of the funds.
Okay, thank you for clarification, Luisa.
Can the head of the NGO be the project manager representative? Is a question in the chat. From our point of view, anyone in the organization can be the focal point for this program. It's up to you. We sometimes work with startups or NGOs, and it's not always the most senior person who is the most appropriate person to attend a capacity building program. So you would appoint the person that would benefit and contribute the most, of course. Darina has now prepared a question. Do you consider social enterprises and impact businesses as the way to become more resilient? I wouldn't necessarily say that. Each one of you will know your ecosystem best, your objectives. It could be that you develop a partnership program. It could be that you collaborate with the municipality. It could be that you enter into a consortium and I don't know, secure funding for the next 5 years from an EU project. We want to just make sure that you explore new ways. If it's becoming a social enterprise or you have revenue streams that you didn't have before, amazing. But we don't have the answer. It's really what's best for you in your context, given your skill set and the type of programs that you work on. So no preference here. It's about challenging you and helping you think about new ways and finding the partners that could help you move forward. I don't see any other questions. Anything else from you that you would like to ask? If not, Julia, please go ahead.
Good day. Thank you very much for your presentation. It's a National Restaurant Association. Sorry, the connection in Kyiv is cutting out right now. Sorry. And our question, can any Ukrainian association participate regardless of their specific region? For example, Kyiv region can participate. Thank you.
The only requirement that we have in terms of region in the case of Ukraine is that the organizations must operate in a government-controlled area. Apart from that, there are no restrictions. Having said that, we really encourage organizations based outside of the larger urban centers to apply. But for example, if you are supporting businesses in Kiev and there is a huge need for that type of support in Kiev, I definitely encourage you to apply. There's nothing limiting you or hindering you from applying and being eligible. Can a regional development agency be an applicant? So I want to stress, we don't have restrictions in terms of the type of work that you do. You need to be a non-governmental organization or social CSO. If you are that, you are eligible to apply. You know your legal status. That is what's important for us. So any NGO or CSO providing support or aiming to provide support to innovators and local enterprises and entrepreneurs is eligible to apply. Okay. I wanted to ask, are there any other questions, concerns? Perhaps some of my colleagues would like to come in and clarify anything that may not have been spot on. We have one more question here in the chat. What types of projects would be more suitable for an NGO covering 6 villages and their entrepreneurs in Moldova? Any winning tips to consider? My winning tips for you is to not think about what we want, is to really think about the local needs. What's missing in your ecosystem? How can you provide something that's not already there or do more of something that's really needed? That would really be my recommendation. We don't have a preference. We will evaluate your proposal based on the needs and the assessments that you present. Obviously, we'll verify this. We have a number of colleagues who have a good understanding of the local ecosystems in both countries and in specific regions. We're also currently undertaking a needs assessment for both countries to know and at least try to know what the needs are and what we should really focus on as a development agency. But don't put together a proposal because you think you will please us. Look at the needs and look at, where you think you can contribute. That is what we'll be evaluating you on. Does the applicant have to be a non-profit organization and confirm this status? Yes. A non-profit organization, meaning a civil society organization or a non-government organization. We will ask for your ID number, or it has different framing in different countries, but basically you need to submit your ID number and we will also verify your legal status before you are accepted to the program. So just to encourage you not to spend time on an application unless you're actually eligible. It will just be a waste of your time and of ours, of course. So check out the eligibility criteria. It's the first part of the survey, and you will know immediately if you should go forward with answering the questions. Okay, great. I think time is up. I don't see more questions. So perhaps maybe just if Joanna would like to come in and do some final remarks. I haven't asked you, but in case you know, no worries.
It's just to encourage everyone to apply, and that we hope that we will have a very good candidates for the acceleration program, and we are really looking forward to working with you and supporting the ecosystems in Ukraine and Moldova. and good luck. Thank you.
I think there's no better way to conclude than with those words. Thanks, everyone. We will upload the recording and also share some questions and answers on the website, and of course, immediately update the survey. Thanks, everyone who attended today, and we look forward to receiving your applications. Thank you.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Goodbye.